had a thought and I wanted to share it. As a 58-year-old, one of the things that's really starting to get on my nerves is only people with a really popular opinion really get a chance to say something without, facing major opposition, insults, cancel culture. As an older person, I am so tired of that, where you feel like you have to be politically correct and, watch what you say. I'm tired of that. Now I see how you have really old people that are just, out of pocket and just saying whatever. While I'm not one of those older people yet, there's some things that that really, really bother me. And in this latest woman-to-woman chat, I wanted to speak on it. One, this is what I want to say, unfiltered, raw. Bonnets are bad. People shouldn't be running around outside of the house wearing bonnets. I have a bonnet, but this is a conditioning bonnet that you can put in the microwave, that after I moisturize my hair in the morning, I put it on while I'm doing my makeup and getting dressed, and it hydrates my hair and it helps it to grow longer, healthier, and stronger and fuller at 58 than it was when I was 18. So that is the purpose of a bonnet. Going out of the house with a bonnet is bad. It looks terrible. As Black women, it makes us look really, really bad. What it says to the world, and this is my opinion, is that our hair, our natural hair that grows out of our head at any given point, is so bad, is so horrible, that we don't want anyone to see it. It would be the equivalent of a white woman if she needed to wash her hair and it was oily or greasy and a state that she didn't want us to see it. And so she'd say, oh, well, that's it. I can't put it in a ponytail. I got to go out with a bonnet on. And then to add insult to injury, some young people are wearing house slippers with that. And the minute you try to challenge that thought or that concept, a young Black woman will say, oh, well, see, society, they always want, to criticize Black women and hold them to a different standard and tell them blah, 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 blah. Okay, as a Black person, I think it makes us look really bad. And there's some beautiful young Black women that are being ridiculed, are being overlooked, not selected, especially at a time of their lives where, they are possibly being considered as wife material. Let me give you a perfect example. Being in college, I can speak from experience. After being married for over 32 years, I met my husband in college, and I was there on a mission. I had seen the White Woman's Playbook and some of the movies from the 60s, and I decided to look for a husband there. And so, in fact, I was getting ready to transfer from Clemson to the University of South Carolina because after over 2 years of being at Clemson, I didn't even see anybody close to being husband material for me. That's a different story, which I'll talk about. But yeah, it was very disappointing because I was on the prowl. I was looking around, for my potential husband. Okay, that's what a lot of women should be doing while they're in college, balancing things. But for some reason, somebody has sold Black women a bill of goods that while you're pursuing your bachelor's, your master's, your PhD, your doctor, like to actually be a physician or whatever, you can't get married, you can't look for a husband, you have to wait until the end. That's what's coming back to bite us in the butt. When we're like 35, 40 and we haven't met anybody. That's why you have like an assortment of videos out there with Black women legitimately saying that it's hard to find a husband. So anyway, during a time where you're at your best, you're at your prime, when you're in college, like around that 21, 22, 23 age group, and contrary to what some people would have you to believe who are politically correct, saying, oh, well, I'm in my prime, I'm at the best part of my life. At 58, I might look cute in the right outfit, and my husband thinks I look cute, but I am not in my prime. What I'm in is menopause, which is probably why I'm about to sweat right now. And so this is not the time for me to go out and catch the best thing I can catch. The time when I was in college was, And you can bet when I went to class, I was dressed up, and you don't have to be dressed up, but I just like to dress up, even though I work from home and no one sees this outfit other than the people outside at the grocery store or whatever, or my husband. I've always liked to dress up. So when I was in college looking for my husband, I looked my best. But what do you have today? You have women on college campuses with bonnets. Why? I mean, it limits your pool unless you're just like super fine. You're limiting your pool. I have the perfect example of a young man who was in a master's program at Clemson just recently, and he met a young black woman, and they went out on a date, and they met, and she had on a bonnet, and he was like, why did she have on a bonnet? And I'm like, I really don't know. What kind of bonnet was it? Like, was it just a scarf? No, it was a bonnet. Do you think that they ever went out on another date? No, they did not. She continued to reach out to him, making suggestions, but he never took her out again. And in fact, then of course, here comes Susie. And you know what I mean? Susie is not the same ethnic background that he is. Next thing you know, they're going out, and he never takes a call from the girl with the bonnet again. Why would you do that? I mean, you're not looking your best. And then across college campuses, you have black female athletes where they could be meeting their possible husband, and it could be of any ethnic group. I'm not one who believes that God said, you have to have a black husband, you have to have a white, husband or whatever. I believe you love, whoever you happen to meet and your interests align and that person is good to you and you're good to them. I say, go for it. I have no concern with that. However, Susie is in study hall with her hair out, whether it hasn't been washed, whether it's sweaty and in a ponytail, but we feel that we can roll up into the study halls or to the public places with the bonnets. Do you think that's going to make you attractive to other ethnic groups? Like black men tend to be in. Other ethnic groups, they will date them. They like them. A lot of times, black women, we're limited, and especially when we roll up in a bonnet. So, all that to say, bonnets look bad. They don't present the best version of yourself. We live in a world where there are half wigs, where there are ponytails, there are buns, little clip-on hair pieces you could put on top of your hair until you get it into the shape that you want it in. Please, young women and older women too, stop going out into, the world with the hairpiece on. How long, not the hairpiece, but the bonnet on. How hard can it be just to pull your hair back a little bit and put something on it? Even if you put a nice classy scarf, but a bonnet, really? I just don't know why. And women are making videos with bonnets. I don't get it. It's not the best version of yourself. It's not a good look. You don't realize it, but other cultures are laughing at us. It's the equivalent of black men with their pants so far down their butt that you can see their underwear and they can barely walk. Other cultures laugh at that. That's not the best representation of young black men or even older black men. And I know there's some black women that are, over, 30 that are going out in their bonnets too. It is not a good look for any of us. It's a poor reflection on us as a people. I'm 58. I'm gonna say it because I can. If you want to argue, I'm not going to argue with you. But if you want to have a reasonable discussion or debate, because I told a woman who's about 10 years younger than me, she was saying that she goes out in her bonnet every once in a while. And I said, that's not good. Your husband probably doesn't like it. And she said, oh, he doesn't mind. He doesn't care. And I asked him, and he was like, yeah, I don't have any problem. And he just moved on to the next topic. So black men a lot of times can't tell us the truth. So I'm here to tell you the truth. Your husband doesn't want to be seen with you in public with a bonnet. Men with bonnets, that's a different discussion for someone else to talk about. I'm talking about beautiful black women. We can do better. So I suggested we do better. But what I told my friend, who was like about 10 years younger than me, I said, if we don't do our hair, we don't go nowhere. And that's not that tall of a task. Natural hair especially might be difficult to handle, but it's not so doggone bad that we can't pull it back, pull it up, put a scarf on, put any number of things that are at your local beauty supply store and represent for black women around the world, because we are beautiful and we are better than bonnets. That's it. I'm going back to work. Like I said, I'm not going to argue with you, but I will have a lovely discussion if you're interested in doing that. Hit me up if you are. Looking forward to talking with you. Until the next woman to woman chat with Auntie Carolyn, you guys have a great one. Talk to you soon. Take care.